best soundtrack in the game? Well, it depends on the game. It also depends on the bias of a person. What you hear right now are my favorite soundtracks. However, in Starsector, the best soundtrack doesn't come from the game. It comes from a mod. Yes, a mod. Andrada gas station manager is the name of the mod and is a meme mod and at the same time one of the best mods for Starsector. Having this out of the way, hello, I'm the Steel Merchant and in this video I will speak about the lore of Sindrian Diktat. No, I will not speak about the mod, its great soundtrack will just play in the background. Like with all factions, history of the Dictat begins long before its actual creation, or rather, events that led to its creation happened before its creation. Yeah. In the beginning of the time that's important to the history of the Dictat was the collapse, an event that closed the gates connecting the domain of man across the vast galaxy. Within a moment, Persian sector frontier of the domain was cut from the domain proper. Chaos followed. Chaos empowered by lack of domain authority. As the 6th battle group, the authority of the domain was pulled out of the sector, and 14th battle group didn't make it in time before the collapse. 14th battle group took years to reach the sector and then even more time to reach the core worlds. During this time, every world was independent. Everyone fought for survival. Some fell, some managed to survive. Others, like Corporation Tri-Tychon, actually thrived, and other policies were formed, like the Ludic Church and Path. Everyone, no matter if they struggled or not, was independent. Among those policies which thrived, there was Tri-Tychon, Hanapacha, a paradise world, Myasurian terraforming cabal, and the Askonian polity under the rule of planet Opis. I call those three strongest paradise worlds three sisters. It is not an in-game term, I just call them this. Opis, within the Askonian star system, was the strongest. We don't know exactly how big the population of the planet itself was, but it could have been unequal to the capital of hegemony, so a planet of size A, a planet with population of hundreds of millions. I will go with this, but there aren't any official information about this. Opis therefore was already strong, because of its sheer population rivaled only by capital of hegemony. My dyslexic ass ain't reading the name of capital of hegemony, I ain't trying that. Yet Askonian system is a home to many planets. 6 planets to be exact, including Opis if it comes to inhabited planets. 2 of those have a size of 7, which is the second biggest in the sector. 6 planets with 3 being huge made Askonian polity a powerhouse nobody even tried to attack. Power consolidated within one solar system made this polity of Opis impossible to attack or threaten. That's why despite chaos happening around, Askonia was untouched. It withstood the collapse, its complete chaos, birth of pirate warlords like Warlord Leonis, the first major pirate warlord, fight for resources between independent factions, maintained its independence from 14th Battle Group and the hegemony it formed. Hegemony, which completely obliterated Warlord Leonis, didn't even attempt any move against Askonia. Its power centralized on Opis, but still much power was within the planet of Sindra and Aver 4. It's military strong, and so it wasn't chosen as target and crippled like the sister planet of Mariath. The formation of Personnel League didn't matter to them, their strength too great to be integrated by force. AI wars, biggest conflicts of the sectors didn't touch them. Warlord Lok didn't touch them. Outside couldn't strike at them until the weakness came from within. Reasons for why Asconian polity considered joining the Personnel League are unknown. Possible reason could be to secure their position fully. Although strong, Opis stood alone. Hegemony was against them, wanting to take over the whole sector. Tritachyon cannot be trusted. Luddites would impose too many changes upon the lives of people, and Ludic path with the way of their life are a simple no, and pirates are, well, pirates. To secure an alliance with the League, therefore strengthening its position, Opis may have considered joining it. Being in a strong position and being a planet equal in strength or even stronger than Kazarum, leading planet of the League, Opis may have wanted to join on their terms. Maybe in the future even taking complete control of the League. In the timeline of Starsector, it's said that planet Opis considered joining the League. Maybe Opis wanted to join, but the rest of the planets like Sindra and Voltron didn't. This way, splitting the Asconian polity if it comes to this matter of joining. Whatever made the situation spiral out of control, situation in the Asconian system turned into a civil war, surely made worse by outside agents. Hegemony immediately seized the opportunity they had to. After destruction caused by Warlord Lok, they needed to strengthen their position, and so Hegemony quickly moved in, sending the best man they had for the job. During the cycle 160, one Zeus Lok, a pirate warlord, begins his campaign of destruction. He is quickly joined by Hegemony officer Colonel Kanta, who empowers his already strong fleet made of former domain military warships. Lok seems to be unstoppable, completely destroying Hegemony in Penelope's star system. His seeming beginning to the campaign of great terror is stabbed by young officer Philip Andrada. Andrada secures a stunning victory over the warlord, ending his campaign. He becomes a living legend and hero of the Hegemony. In cycle 180, 20 years after the defeat of Warlord Lok, Asconian crisis begins. A year later, Hegemony intervenes in this sector, sending Admiral Philip Andrada to take care of the situation and bring the system under Hegemony control. Andrada, described as intelligent, charismatic, yet prone to narcissistic excesses, in my eyes sees this as an opportunity to go even further up in the structures of Hegemony. I think he sees this as an opportunity to become the High Hegemon with this victory. However, everything goes wrong. Already chaotic situation of the crisis is made worse by arrival of Hegemony fleet. Someone unknown who uses the opportunity and commits a crime greater even than devastation of Mariath in cycle 82. Opis is completely destroyed by a planet killer, a complete defeat for all parties involved. Forces of all sides of Asconian polity are devastated, their main planet destroyed. Hegemony sees this as a complete failure, as worth of Opis was beyond measure. Hegemony calls for immediate return of the fleets from Asconian system, seeing that the situation is beyond repair. Philip Andrada, knowing that his hopes of becoming High Hegemon are over, return would mean an end of his life, his legacy ruined, and so he cannot become High Hegemon over Hegemony, but he can become Hegemon over Asconian system. Immediately he purges all those opposing him. A civil war within a civil war happens as Hegemony fleet fights with itself. Philip Andrada takes over Sindria, second strongest planet in the sector, greatest fuel producing factory in the sector. He proclaims the Sindrian Diktat and himself as Supreme Executor. Soon Voltron and Kuror are taken by the Dictat. Norcia and Umbra remain independent. This is how Sindrian Diktat is born. Sindrian Diktat, or Dictat for short, is a mostly neutral faction. They are in conflict with pirates, especially those controlling planet of Umbria, as they are one of the successor states to Opis polity. They are fully neutral to the Ludic Church and Tritaion. Planet of Norcia, although a successor state to Asconian polity like Umbra and the Dictat, isn't in conflict with them, probably because of hegemony diplomatic presence there. Cold war between Dictat and hegemony is ongoing, while Dictat is allied with the Persian League. Position of the Dictat is just like that of Opis before it, but weaker. Sindria is a strong manufacturing world, third strongest if it comes to creation of fleets, and first if it comes to production of fuel. Voltron is a strong agriculture world, only one producing Voltron lobster. Kuror brings enough metals to keep the production of Sindria going. Still, Opis is gone, its great strength lost forever. Umbra and Norcia aren't under Sindrian control. With only 3 planets in one system, Dictat is a powerful defensive force. Alliance with Persian League also helps. However, their offensive ability is limited. Persian League isn't keen on attacking strong factions like the Hegemony or even Tritaion, and Dictat cannot take on the full might of Hegemony. What's more, although Askonian is a stable system, if it comes to military control, Dictat isn't so stable. A dictatorship is built upon the image and word of the supreme leader. Philip Andrada, a genius or not? A narcissist, yes, but a genius? He defeated Warlord Lok, who caught hegemony completely off guard. He then created the Dictat, taking over 3 of the 5 remaining planets, at the same time purging the hegemony fleets. Therefore he took over the bigger part of the Asconian system while fighting forces of Asconian polity and hegemony loyalists inside his own fleet. It takes a great military mind to secure such a victory from chaos like this. Surrounded by yes men, completely losing himself in his own narcissism, it's obvious Andrada and Dictat is what it is, but now Andrada is in a coma, the leadership of the Supreme Executor is gone. What happens then? The party takes over, and we all know what that means. Political plays. People within the party immediately play to become the next leader in many ways. This is the state of the Sindrian Diktat as of cycle 206, its future unknown. First, a hegemony fleet military of the Dictat is changed. Gone are ships used by the hegemony, low-tech ships are replaced by the midline ships. This was surely done because blueprints for them became unavailable, while those midline were available from old nanoforges used by faction of Opis or taken from the allied Persian League. There can also be another reason for this change from low-tech to midline ships, this being propaganda. Hegemony, the 14th battle group, uses old ships which were being phased out for the newer cruiser school doctrine. This way, Dictat was showing itself as true heirs of the domain, following their footsteps. Their Lion Guard variants of ships surely also showed that they could even be better. Lion Guard, the elite, shows what's wrong with the faction. Dictat senior officers aren't fools, nor are they untrained. They are veterans of Warlord Lok's campaign and the Asconian crisis. They have skills and experience, yet their positions and how Dictat works means they are circled around with yes men themselves, being yes men for the Lion of Sindria, the Supreme Executor Philip Andrada. Their military training, experience and structures, although great, are rotting. because of corruption. Lion Guard is well equipped, but held back by big egos and nepotism. Their ships good, but have design flaws. Their crews promoted by connections, not merit. Sindrian Diktat is like dictatorships of old, and will fall like the dictatorships of old. What comes after we cannot say. Maybe Philip Andrada will wake up from his coma, will take over the Dictat for some more years. Maybe a new leader will take over. Maybe one controlled by the party or other power behind the throne. Maybe Umbra or Nortia will, with the help of hegemony, will take over. Maybe one spacer who got himself into the power place of the Dictat will take over. Maybe we will see what events happen and how they shape the Dictat in the future. Now, thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked, dislike if you disliked. To me, in my experience, it is harder and harder to find a video I actually want to watch on YouTube. I hope this is the video you sat and you finally had a video to watch or to listen to, because most people actually listen to the videos, they don't watch them, which is completely fine. Like I said, like if you like, dislike if you dislike, subscribe if you feel like it, and yeah, that's it. Have a good time and goodbye, but remember, Lion of Sindra is always right.